As we all know, there have been an increased number of neurodivergent people on this planet. The numbers are growing and growing, and it starts to become a problem because society is not fit for neurodivergence. But as I see it, this incoming increase in the numbers of neurodivergent people is actually functioning as a spiritual revolution. Because all these people who come with this neurodivergent nervous system functioning in a new way from the old normal are showing us that the way we have driven society in a specific direction is not sustainable. It's not sustainable for the planet. It's not sustainable for humanity. And I believe that it's a really big gift that we should welcome neurodiversity as much as we can. And we should watch and learn. And I do see an increased willingness to understand and embrace and integrate this whole new brand of humanity into the already existing society. And I know it's different and it varies from place to place, but in some places it is very shameful and troublesome to be neurodivergent. And in other places, if you have the right people around you, it becomes a great benefit and a great asset for your society. Because if they understand that you have other needs, and if they are met, you will develop talents and gifts that are really called for in society, and that is very unique for you, that you can contribute in a way that is so needed, then it becomes a gift to be neurodivergent. And yeah, I just really want to encourage all of us, whether we are neurodivergent ourselves or not, to look at this as something evolutionary, something of a spiritual awakening, showing us that life is changing. Life has more layers than we thought, and that it's showing us to change the direction of life as we know it into a more sustainable, more open to variety model of life. Because no matter how we are wired, we all need to be met right where we are at. And so many of us have been constrained by the school system, by the work system, by the family systems to fit into boxes that we do not fit into. And it's time to really open and meet everyone where they are, so that they can unfold their true, unique potential of what they are bringing, and they can really bring that in. Welcome whenever someone is different from the norm. welcome it. That is the gift. Welcome the differences in all of us instead of fighting it when we see something that is different from ourselves because we don't understand it and it makes us scared or uncomfortable. Welcome it. This is going to be your biggest gift, to have people around you that are different from yourself. But of course, it will only feel like a gift if you too are allowed to be different. If you haven't learned that if you don't fit into the box, you're doomed. Because if that's what you've learned, of course you will fight anyone who is not fitting into the box, because they are shaking your foundation at the core. So let's welcome neurodiversity and all kinds of diversity. Let's welcome the differences and embrace it as much as we can. Let's start to look within and see, where am I different, or what parts of myself was never welcomed, but they're actually always been there. Maybe you have learned to be more outgoing and put yourself in situations that are really a violation on your senses and your boundaries of what you can take without becoming overwhelmed. So maybe you use every weekend to completely collapse because you're putting yourself through something that is really violating your unique being. And just to stay alive and keep functioning, you have to go through this pressuring yourself and then collapsing, pressuring yourself, collapsing. What if there was another way of living? What if society had to change into something where some people work really well in the early morning hours, other people work really well at night, and some people, they need to move. So every 3 hours they have to have a little yoga pass or going to the gym or go for a walk, and then they will be effective again. Maybe the meetings can be walking meetings. Maybe, I don't know what, you know what your needs are. And if we really listen to those needs we have, we can only start with ourselves and start to acknowledge ourselves that this is my needs, and how can I honor my own needs without fearing to be pushed away, or that other people are being angry with me because I'm not living up to their expectations. How can I stand up for myself and claim what I need without making anyone else wrong? How can I be a part of a solution of a better society where everyone's needs are met? Even the one who owns the company, who has a need to that we make money and we reach deadlines and we are productive. How can that be combined? I'm absolutely certain that this is the future. This is how we have to live in the future and work in the future for it to be sustainable. All the people going into the wall, crashing in their work life and ending up getting sick and lying at home for years staring into the roof because they are so overwhelmed. They completely exhausted their system and they're just trying to reboot from just trying to fit into the normal society. This will have to stop now, because we cannot afford that as a society, and as a humanity, we cannot afford that people get sick and dying from just trying to fit in to how we have decided things need to be. So we need to decide something new. And the answer to the new lies within each one of us. So what are your special needs? Whether you're divergent, neurodivergent or not, what are your special needs and how can they be met? And how can that actually become a gift to the ones around you, that you are honoring your own needs?